G'day guys, how are we going? Well, I'm down here at Dobinsons Spring Suspension in Dandenong, and I've been driving the MRAs, it's the mono remote reservoir shocks, since November of 2015. This is the same setup, they've been absolutely fantastic. Yeah, we did rebuild them back in 2018, not they really needed it, it was more just to show that they can be rebuilt and they aren't a disposable item. Whereas now I've been lucky enough to receive a set of the MRAs, that's the mono remote adjustable shocks, to try out. And after removing about 300 kilo out of the back of the patrol, I'm going to be pretty keen to see how these handle. Let's get into it. One of the main reasons for coming down here today to change the suspension over, the suspension setup that I've got in the patrol right now was all set up to carry all the extra weight, but now I've removed one spare tyre, rear drawers, back seats and a few other items to take about 300 kgs out of it. And this setup is just a bit too harsh, so I'm going to put the MRAs in and soften it right up. Now Chris, one of the things I do get asked a fair bit about when it comes to people wanting to get the right suspension set up for their vehicle, how do they know what you put in it for the weight that they are carrying in that vehicle?
Yeah, that's a good question, Tim. What we normally do is we start with a baseline, and that baseline typically is what the vehicle weighed when it came out of the factory. We'll use that, and then we'll use scales in-house here, so we'll get a weight of the vehicle as it stands in the workshop, and we will subtract some numbers, do some calculations, and that gives us a result. Weight front, weight rear. We'll then match some coils up for the rear, coils up for the front, to sit at the designated height. Okay, now we put the car on the scales. What we're going to do is just have a look at the data, and we're going to select some softer springs to bring back that ride that isn't there now because you've got the heavy coils in there.
It's really important that the rear canisters are set well back to stay away from the flexing tyre.
Well mate, the MRAs have been fantastic on this over the years. I'm now looking forward to trying out the MRAs. Only one thing left to do is get these out in the bush and do just that. But mate, if people want to find out more and have a chat to you about what's the most suitable suspension setup for their four drive, how do they get in touch with you?
Quite easy, Tim. Just give us a call on 9706 5200.
There you go guys, give Chris a call, have a chat to him about the suspension setup for your full drive. And fair chance, might see you out in the bush someday. Catch you later on. Thanks mate.